Hello guys, and welcome back to today's episode. Today, we're going to be talking about the 54-day Rosary Novena. I am so excited. My name is Crystal. If you're new to this, please like and subscribe. I share Catholic content, and I am so excited to hopefully help you guys learn more about this 54-day Rosary Novena. It's been so fruitful for so many people, and many intentions have been answered through this form and through this novena. Not only is it just a prayer, it's also a spiritual journey. So you better be ready. It's 54 days, which seems like a long time, but honestly, nothing can seem like a long time if you're getting closer to Jesus Christ in the process. Remember that, guys. So this 54-day Rosary Novena, who can you pray it for, and what do I do? Well, I'm assuming by this video that you already know what the Holy Rosary is and how to pray the Holy Rosary. That's very important because it's going to be a little bit confusing if you've never prayed this rosary before to know what a Rosary Novena is. So I have other videos on my TikTok and my YouTube explaining what the Rosary is. I recommend watching that first before you start this whole novena, because this novena is basically praying the Rosary straight for 54 days, but a little bit of differences in it. I'll explain all of that. So who can you pray this rosary for? You can pray it for yourself, for a particular intention. You can pray it for someone in your family, someone that you love. You can pray it for a friend, a stranger, anyone around the world. You can basically do this novena for anyone. Do not limit yourself. Do not limit whatever you want to ask God. It will be answered through this novena. But it's also very important to note before I start, God answers in ways that we don't understand. But once you do this novena, your prayers are answered. I like to think of it like this. Everything that you did when you prayed, you are just giving so much flowers to God, so much flowers to the Blessed Virgin Mary that she's giving up to God. And then one day, all of those prayers will be watered on that person. Maybe it's not right away. It might not be right after you finish those 54 days, but just know they will be answered. Those prayers have been heard. And just God, works in amazing ways, guys. He works in ways that we don't understand. But maybe your prayers weren't answered the way you wanted it, but they were answered the way that God wants it. And he heard you. He heard the Blessed Virgin Mary's intercession on your behalf. And it's amazing. So don't be discouraged if you don't get your prayers answered like that, the way you wanted after 54 days. Some people have experienced miracles after day 27. Some people have experienced miracles years later, but they attributed it to this 54-day Rosary Novena. So that's very important to know, guys. Don't feel like your prayers weren't answered. Sometimes we can fall in that trap where we think that no one heard our prayers, but later on we'll realize, wow, God really did hear me, and I'm so glad he answered in that way. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about the history of this novena. I'm going to be taking you through basically praying it with me. We're going to do a little demo just so I can show you how it's done. I'm going to be also showing you guys this packet I have that I'm going to be showing you guys later where you can find it. And so much good stuff. We're going to talk about why we have this 54-day novena, why the number 54, and that's about it. So let's get right into it. What's the history of this novena? How did we get this novena? So this novena, I'm going to be reading off this packet that I have. This packet has all of this, but I want to just read some key points to you guys so you can understand where this novena even came from, because it didn't just fall from the sky. Well, it kind of did from heaven. But so, in an apparition of Our Lady of Pompeii, which occurred in 1884 at Naples in the house of Commander Agrielli, the Heavenly Mother, dying to make known the manner in which she desires to be invoked. For 13 months, Fortuna Agrielli, the daughter of the commander, had endured dreadful sufferings and torturous cramps. The most celebrated physicians had given up. Let's stop right here quickly, guys. What's happening? There's this girl, Fortuna Agrielli. She has 3 incurable diseases. The best doctors gave up on her. There was zero hope. No one could save her, and the only option at this point was prayer. Every doctor told her no. Then on February 16, 1884, the afflicted girl and her relatives commenced the novena of rosaries. The Queen of the Holy Rosary favored her with an apparition on March 3rd. Mary was sitting upon a high throne surrounded by luminous figures, held the divine child on her lap, and in her hand was a rosary. The Virgin Mother and the Holy Infant were clad in gold embroidered garments. They were accompanied by Saint Dominic and Saint Catherine of Siena. The throne was profusely decorated with flowers. The beauty of Our Lady was marvelous. So, let's break this down. The Blessed Virgin Mary grants Fortuna with an apparition. This is when Mary appears from heaven to here on earth. Now, she's also by St. Dominic and St. Catherine of Siena. It's actually kind of funny because, as you know, St. Dominic is kind of how the whole rosary started. There's a huge history with him from the Blessed Virgin Mary giving him this rosary to defeat a heresy. St. Catherine of Siena, she's a great doctor in the Catholic Church. She's a Catholic saint. We love her. She's a great example of how you can learn to be closer to Christ. She's a role model. I love her. And she was also holding the child Jesus, the infant Jesus. The child was Jesus. So that's even more beautiful. And she's having a rosary in her hands. So Mary then looked upon Fortuna with maternal tenderness, and the patient saluted her with the words, Queen of the Holy Rosary, be gracious to me, restore me to health. I have already prayed to thee in a novena, O Mary, but I have not experienced thy aid. I am so anxious to be cured. So this is Fortuna talking to the Blessed Virgin Mary, telling her, I need to be cured, Queen of the Holy Rosary. I'm so anxious. But no one has ever called Mary Queen of the Holy Rosary. So then Mary said to her, Child, you have invoked me by various titles and always obtained favors from me. Now, since you've called me by that title, which is so pleasing to me, Queen of the Holy Rosary, I can no longer refuse the favor that you petition. For this name is most precious and dear to me. Make 3 novenas and you shall obtain all. Then Fortuna obviously listened and did that. Mary appeared to her and said, once more the Queen of the Holy Rosary appeared and said, whoever desires to obtain favors from me should make 3 novenas of the prayers of the Rosary and 3 novenas in thanksgiving. This miracle of the Rosary made a very deep impression on Pope Leo XIII and greatly contributed to the fact that in so many circular letters he urged all Christians to love the Rosary and say it fervently. Let's talk about what's going on at this point. So Fortuna did do what Mary told her, and she was cured. The doctors were shocked. This was an incurable disease, 3 of them, that was cured from the Blessed Virgin Mary's apparition. But Mary then appeared to her and told her a second time, whoever desires to obtain favors from me should make 3 novenas of prayers of the Rosary and 3 novenas in thanksgiving. What's a novena? Maybe you have no clue. A novena is, we usually do this in the Catholic Church. When you're doing a novena for someone, you will do a prayer for 9 days. Each day you will pray for that person for an intention. You might be praying for yourself, but it's 9 days. So this is how we have the number 54. Mary said to her, if you didn't catch it, she said, whoever desires to obtain favors from me should make 3 novenas of petitioning of the Rosary. So what's the 3 novenas? 9 times 3, 27. So there's 27 days in petitioning. You will pray 27 days for that intention you want. Maybe you're praying for someone, but you will do that for 27 days and praying that the Virgin Mary can hear your prayers and help you. Then she said, and 3 novenas in thanksgiving. So 3 novenas, 9 times 3, 27. So you do now 27 days of thanking the Blessed Virgin Mary. Even if you feel like your prayers were not answered, they were. They were brought to God and they were heard and they are answered and God is working. So even if you feel like they weren't answered in your mind, they were answered. So you move right into the 27 days of thanking the Blessed Virgin Mary. It's so beautiful because these days together combine and make 54. Also, please note, it is hard to do the Rosary every day, but it's also hard to feel distant from God. The Rosary is a very powerful, powerful, powerful weapon, and the only way that you will accomplish this 54-day novena is if you show up. There's going to be days you don't want to do it. There's going to be days you don't want to show up. But when you are doing it for God, you do it for Him. You do it, you just got to do it. You just got to show up. Okay, now let's just act like you are starting right now. You have no clue where to start. What do you do? Well, I'm going to be linking a packet in my description called the 54-Day Rosary Novena Packet. This packet has everything organized very neatly. It's very helpful and spiritual. You can either download it on your phone, you can print it out, all the above. But let's act like you're doing it with me first. So hopefully after this video, you could go and get that packet and you'll understand everything perfectly. So what makes this rosary different? Why is it not just a regular rosary novena? Well, there's different prayers that you will do. For example, when you first start, before you even do anything of the rosary, you will do 1 sign of the cross. So Father, Son, Holy Spirit. You will say 1 Hail Mary prayer. This is all in the packet, by the way, but I want you guys just to learn from me speaking right now. Then you will say the words, Hail, Queen of the Most Holy Rosary, my Mother, hail. At your feet I humbly pray and offer you a crown of snow-white roses to remind you of your joys, each 10 bound together recalling to you a joyful mystery, with my petition for a particular grace. So, let me just first explain what's going on here. You will do that prayer and see how I said you are offering Mary a crown of snow-white roses. So every time you do a rosary, you are offering Mary different types of roses. So, a typical rosary, you should know if you have prayed the rosary. It's okay if you don't though. But we have the joyful mysteries, we have the luminous, we have the sorrowful, and we have the glorious. You will do those 4. But each time you do one of the mysteries, you're offering Mary different roses. So for example, when you're doing the glorious mysteries, you're offering Mary purple roses. The sorrowful mysteries, you're offering Mary red roses and remembering her son's death for us. So it's really beautiful. This is why it's so pleasing to Mary, because every time you do the rosary, you are crowning her with these roses and your petitions. It's very, very beautiful and reverent. So You will either do one of the prayers after you say that. Either you'll do the 27-day prayer of petition or do the 27-day prayer of thanksgiving. When you first start, you're obviously going to be doing the petition prayer. So the petition prayer is, O Holy Queen, dispenser of God's graces and mother of all who invoke your holy name, do not look upon my gift and fail to see its binding. As you graciously receive my gift, I humbly implore you to receive my petition. From your bounty I rest assured that you will grant me the favor I so trustingly seek. Then after you say those beginning prayers, you will then move into a regular rosary. But in this packet, they have the mysteries. It's very important to meditate on the life of Christ during the rosary. So, for instance, they have the meditations, what you will read for each mystery. So, I'll do an example with you guys right now. You'll first obviously do an Apostles' Creed, an Our Father, 3 Hail Marys, and 1 Glory Be, the beginning prayers of the rosary. But when you move into the actual rosary now, we have the first joyful mystery, the Annunciation. Listen to how great the meditation is, and it just really allows you to relate to Mary's feelings during this, which is even better because during this whole 54 days, you're becoming very close to the Blessed Mother. So it says, Sweet Mother Mary, meditating on the mystery of the Ascension, when the angel Gabriel appeared to you with the news that you were to become the Mother of God, he greeted you with that sublime salutation, Hail, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. And you did humbly submit yourself to the will of the Father, responding, Behold the handmaid of the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. I humbly pray. Then you will say 1 Our Father, 10 Hail Marys, 1 Glory Be, 1 Fatima, like a regular rosary. But after you do that, then you will say, I bind these snow white roses with a petition for the grace of humility and lay this bouquet at your feet. So you're also praying for yourself during this. Maybe you're praying for someone else, but you're also helping your own soul in the process. It's beautiful. So you're praying for that virtue of humility. Then when you do the next mystery, it'll be another virtue. It's very great. And I love how it says you're binding these snow white roses. So when you're binding the roses, you're preparing that crown, which will be given to Mary. Every single time you do a rosary, it's crowning the Blessed Virgin Mary's head, which is beautiful. We should all be honoring the Mother of God. Who wouldn't love the Mother of God? We love Jesus Christ so much, so we love his mother too. It's beautiful. You will then do that the whole way, and you'll do that the same process for each mystery. So the joyful is a little bit different, but it's the same lineup. The sorrowful is there, the luminous is there, the glorious is there. Then after that, once you are done doing your rosary, binding the roses, you will then end with the concluding prayers. The concluding prayers are also in this packet. Do not worry. The concluding prayers, you will say, My Jesus, really present in the holy sacrament of the altar, since I cannot receive you now under the sacramental veil, I beseech you with a heart full of love and longing to come spiritually into my soul through the immaculate heart of your most holy mother and abide with me forever. That's called the spiritual communion prayer. Then you will say either your 27 days of petition prayer or the 27 days of thanksgiving prayer. And these last prayers are a little bit time consuming, but let's remember, it is okay if it's time consuming. No time in prayer is any time wasted. And especially, I look at the rosary, guys, as you're dying to your old self. Whether you're trying to help yourself, you're dying to that old self and helping you get closer to God in a spiritual way. Maybe you're praying for someone else. God will see your sacrifice for them. That is so meaningful, guys. When you are praying so deeply for someone and it's so time consuming, that only merits more glory for that person. Even if you don't see it, it is working. It's beautiful. So the concluding prayers are 1 Hail Mary prayer, 1 Holy Queen prayer, 1 St. Michael prayer, 1 Memorare, 1 Litany to the Blessed Virgin Mary, and then you will end with the sign of the cross. Now, all these prayers are in the packet. If you don't know any of them, it's okay. Read them out loud. It is okay. But basically, that is the 54-day Rosary Novena, kind of in a nutshell. It kind of is all this. The packet will be very much easier to understand. I just want to explain this to you so you're not going into it blindly. I'm going to be linking this packet in my description below. They also have a little calendar where you can mark off your days of petitioning, then your days of thanksgiving, which is really cool. There's been many miraculous miracles with this novena, but it's also very important to know it only helps your own soul as well. No rosary is ever a rosary wasted. Every time you do this rosary, you are touching heaven. You are helping your own soul. It's a spiritual journey, and you just have to show up. But that's how we have the number 54. You do 27 days of petitioning, and then 27 days of thanksgiving. Number 54. Beautiful, beautiful, miraculous healings have come from this. Many people have returned to the church in miraculous ways. Maybe you're praying for a child that has gone away from the faith. Maybe you're praying for a family member, a relative, someone you don't even know, the world. Whatever you do, it is heard by the Blessed Virgin Mary and is always presented to God. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope this video helped you guys understand this 54-day Rosary Novena. I hope you do it. Show up. That's all you gotta do. And just remember this. If there's a day you don't want to do it, if you don't want to do the Rosary one day, do it. That's the day you will receive that breakthrough. Satan will always say, that was a bad rosary. No such thing. You didn't meditate. You were zoning off. Mary will look at you and say, did you do the rosary? Did you try your best? And you say yes. Don't ever give up. Anyways, please like and subscribe, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and I hope that you guys can do this novena, and I hope your petitions are heard. May the Blessed Virgin Mary keep interceding for you. Goodbye, everyone, and have a blessed day.